Good morning. I am making coffee. It's my day off, and it's 11:26 in the morning. I was off on yesterday too, but I didn't feel like recording or anything. I just kind of chilled out and poured into myself. For some reason, I can hear the fire alarm going off in one of the other buildings. I don't know if they're testing it or what, because it goes off and stops, and I don't know what's happening. I didn't get an email about it, so it should stop soon, right? Every time I hear inconvenient noise in my neighborhood, I'm like, what if I work from home? And I'm so glad I don't, because I would be throwing a fit. Just like there's this family, I think it's a couple and a kid. The kid literally every single day, like 12:30, between 12:30 and 2 o'clock, the kid and the family, they walk somewhere, like leave their apartment, I guess, go to the car. And the kid screams every damn day, like every day. This child is a screaming mess. And it's like, why? And then as a parent, a lot of people are like, you don't have no kids, so you can't. No. You don't have to have kids to be a sensible adult. You don't have to have kids to have helped raise other kids. I was an auntie when I was 5. So I know that kids, are going to be kids, but kids also need to be redirected and coached and encouraged. You can encourage a child away from the negative behaviors that they are exhibiting. And it might take a little bit, but if your child is screaming and you live in an apartment complex, and you know you live in an apartment complex, wouldn't you say shh? Or wouldn't you try to soothe the child? These people just let this child scream loudly. And it's like, I'm getting to the point now where I really be wanting to open my door and be like, and then I know that you can't tell me how to parent people are like, okay, that's a problem you want, and blah, blah. It's a problem I'm willing to take, honey, because what are you doing? What are you doing? Normally, I eat like a balanced breakfast. Normally, all my meals are like balanced, like veggie, starch, blah, blah, blah. I haven't been grocery shopping in forever. So I'm eating Mexican street corn for breakfast. It is what it is. It's bomb. I made it myself. Alrighty. So we're on my couch. This big, comfy blue couch. You see it? First of all, let's get into Mama's set. I don't even know if that's gonna focus for y'all. It's probably not, but you can see that smiley face. Whatever. This set is my favorite. I've been really like forcing myself to say that my birthday set was my favorite set of nails, because like for a long time it was, and it was the first set where like there wasn't too much acrylic, they weren't too bulky, they were the perfect shape for me. It was just perfect. But I've had a couple sets after that where I've been like, and this is one of them. So this is set number 1, my favorite. But anyway, we're sitting on my couch. Like I said, today's my day off. It's not a very busy day for me. The way I get my morning started, most mornings, I get up, get my coffee, get something to eat. And normally, if I have time or if I don't have anything to do that day, I throw myself into whatever project I've chosen. And most of the time I choose my projects like at night before I go to sleep, or when I wake up. I'm one of those people, I wake up and lay in the bed for like another 30 minutes, because that's me allowing myself to get my head together and, come back from wherever my soul was overnight. But so when I say projects, I either tell myself like I'm going to get 5 pages done in a bullet journal tomorrow, or I'm going to write in my journal, and, what I'm going to write about is X, Y, Z, and then I'm going to make plans for how to do such and such. Like sometimes I make journaling a project. Sometimes it's watering day the next day, so the project is to water all of these kids in here. nails, there. Yesterday, applying these nails and doing my toes, that was the project. So today, my project, I want to get further in this book because I'm actually getting emails saying that it's time for it to go back. The Care and Feeding of Ravenously Hungry Girls. This is a super popular book, and I've seen it like all the time. So I finally started reading it a couple weeks ago. When I started reading it, I was getting so far in it. Like I was just, pages and pages a day. And then life happens. There's new stress at work. There's, a new project to do. I start jumping back into my nails. So today, the project is going to be a little bit of journaling, getting further in this book. I do have to go to the library today, so I'll take y'all with me because my friends and I are in the beginning stages of a book club, and we're trying to get it off the ground. So we need to be getting just, a list of books together that we're going to read. We need to be figuring out how much of that book or how much of each book we're going to read per week, per month, and things like that. So I think it'll be fun to take y'all to the library with me because, we can pick out some book club reads together. What else? That's really it. I need to go to the library and I need to do a tarot reading, which of course y'all won't be involved in. So yeah, real simple day today. Also, I did want to do a Q&A video, and I don't feel like I got enough questions to make that a completely separate video. So I'll probably throw that in here as well. So a project I wasn't planning on, but decided to do anyway, is watering day. They're supposed to get watered tomorrow, but I have a double shift at work tomorrow, so I'm gonna go ahead and water them now. I was trying to get my humidifier open, right? And normally, like, I don't struggle with it even when I have my nails on. I have whole live repotted plants with nails on. Like, it's not a handicap when it comes to them. I am leaking water all over the floor. I couldn't get this open. It was embarrassing. And I'm like, child, I got up and took this thing over to the leasing office because it's a man at work over there. He was like, what can I do for you? I was like, honestly, you can just open my humidifier. And he did. So watering day it is. Hello. Hello, girl. Hello. These are my watering containers. So I was with my friend Twee. We were having lunch before work, and we found these cute 40-ounce waters. And so we had those. These are just like wine bottles that are kind of plant related or have like plants on them. So I just kept them after consuming the good stuff. And we are going to water mostly everybody. We're skipping the snake plant. He gets watered once a month. And we're skipping the aloe. She gets watered once a month as well. I water them on the 1st. That way it's easy to remember. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Material girl. Birthday plant. Thank you, Justin. Another birthday plant. Thank you, Anthony. Another birthday plant. Thank you, Twisha. The one I had the water with. So actually, this one needs to be repotted. She's been losing leaves really quickly, and I know that means that she probably has like a circulation issue with her roots. Honestly, if a leaf just plucks right off, it was ready to go. Kind of like this one. But yeah. That's called pruning, removing leaves that are just at this point taking energy from the plant. If I wanted to, I could get, well, nah. Yeah, let me water them. This plant is named Brittany. She's a heartleaf philo. She's growing really well. Under her is Resky. She got her name because I worked at a grocery store that sold plants. I was a supervisor. Oh, you can't even see her. I'm sorry. I worked at a grocery store that sold plants, and I was a supervisor, and they told me to get rid of her because she was in bad shape. And I was like, or I'll take her home and rescue her. So that's what I did. So glad I did that too. Carmichael. This is Viara. She hates me. She is bald-headed as shit. Yeah. Zuzi. My tall girl. Look at how tall the ZZ plant is. And I know this isn't the best footage because I'm paying more attention to them than what I'm recording. But my girl is tall. But that's Zuzi. So, yeah, I'm just going to keep moving. This is John. He actually needs to be rotated. I'm making a mess. I normally do, but I make less of a mess when I'm not recording. So I'm going to put my phone down and get them water, and then we'll head to the library, probably get something to eat. So I stopped to get gas. From here, I'm going to feed myself, and then from there, we're going to the library, and then from there, I'm pretty sure the vlog will wrap up. But it just crossed my mind that a lot of people always ask, like, how do you, when your nails are this long? And I was going to show you real quick. This is my wallet, right? I keep this pair of tweezers in my wallet when I have on long nails. They're actually my nail tweezers. But if I need to grab change out of my wallet, I just unzip it, grab the change. If I need to grab my card and I'm struggling, grab my card. If I was going to pay at the pump, I would have my card in the tweezers, slide it into the pump, slide it right back out. So there's some how-to for you. Funny enough, I said to one of my friends, I was like, would it be inappropriate if I made a video on how to wipe your butt, since everybody thinks it's okay to ask people that? Like, I will show you how I clean myself. Like, and then honestly, like, I feel like some girls want to wear long nails, but they're like, I really don't think I'll be able to wipe my butt. Yes, you can. It might take you a little bit longer, but you could wipe your butt. I'm about to pump this gas, though. To open my gas pump, I had this little thing in the door. Bend your finger, and you can press buttons. It's really not that hard. Never thought that you do me wrong. Girl, I thought that this love was strong. No more shopping sprees. No more late night creeps. No more VIP. No more dope. We can't even kick it. No more shopping sprees. No more late night. Look at this shit. Actually, never mind. Don't look. I don't want to make nobody sick to their stomach like I am. But yeah, that's how it works. I think it's so funny how I was much cuter yesterday than I am today. I was so cute. That little crown I had in my hair was so pretty, but after I took my shower, I didn't have on a shower cap or anything. It was so fuzzy. So I was like, we gonna rock with the puff. But, you know, it is what it is. Cute every day. I just didn't feel like doing the most. I ended up at City Barbecue to eat. I guess they were like in the process of restocking and they got busy. I don't know. Here are the sauce options. I did get a local beer. So I'm gonna just get a water on the side of that, of course. We'll eat and be good. I got a pulled pork sandwich. I had them add slaw to it because I actually am a black person that likes coleslaw. I think the only reason I like it is because my grandma makes it so well from scratch that I can appreciate it. And yeah. My O&B Copper. It's local to Charlotte. I'm guessing I just pull this tab and get it cracking. I got my beer open with no problems. There's music playing, but I don't think it's music that would get me copywritten. If it does, it's just music I'm not familiar with. A weird fun fact about me, whenever I get a sandwich, if I have sides or like fries or something like that, I'm not gonna eat the second piece of bread at all. It's just unnecessary calories. I just need one piece of bread. I did get like a couple questions as far as that goes, so I was gonna try to answer them here before I get to the library. First question I remember getting was, what's my favorite thing to cook? I don't have a favorite thing to cook. But I can admit that for some reason, I love cooking anything that has like multiple steps or takes like a lot of prep. I don't know why, but I love slicing stuff. I love slicing onions and garlic. I love roasting tomatoes. I love anything that I can saute in the skillet. It's so funny because like a lot of people don't like cooking because they're like, oh, you have to do too much. It's too much that goes into it. But I actually like cooking because of what all goes into it. So I don't have a favorite thing to cook, but I do like cooking things with multiple steps, multiple ingredients. The next question I got, I'm just putting hot sauce on my collard greens. The next question I got was, how did I get into nails? That question made me smile. So when I was younger, I was 11, and I used to cry. I used to be like, Grandma, I want my nails done. And she was like, no. And I was like, why not? And she's like, because so many women have gotten infections, and so many women have gotten... Of course, she took it to the extreme. She's like, people have their fingers amputated after they get infected. I'm like, so even though I grew up kind of spoiled, I was asking to get my nails done, and she was telling me no. I'm like, man, damn, like, I always loved nails. When I was younger, my earliest memories of my aunt, Tawny, she would wear the short shorts, the crop tops, the high socks. She would get the spritzed 90s hairstyles, and she would get the 90s design on her long curved nails. And she didn't do the most with them, but for some reason, I was just so enamored and infatuated with her look and how she appeared. I loved her appearance, her aesthetic. And I remember being a little girl, like, that was my auntie. And it's like, I feel like every little girl kind of wants to be their auntie. So my fascination with fingernails started at 3 years old because my Aunt Tawny used to wear them. And fast forward, when I was 11, I used to be like, Grandma, please. And she was like, no. So on my 12th birthday, she's like, I'm going to take you to a surprise place, get dressed. I'm like, what should I wear? She's like, jeans and a t-shirt. Asked my sister, like, where are we going? Do you know? She's like, yeah. I was like, tell me where we're going. She's like, no. I'm like, what the hell? We drive 5 minutes because it was a nail salon right up the street. We drive 5 minutes to this nail salon, put the car in park. I'm like, I know this ain't the surprise. So the first time I got a full set was for my 12th birthday. Super cute, short, appropriate, but the fascination started at age 3. My first full set was at age 12, and once I got that full set, it was over. I literally kept my nails done, even though I was a tomboy. Every 2 weeks, I'm sitting in the shop. And I think that my grandma's whole thing was like, if I'm gonna let her get them done, she has to keep them maintained for the safety of it. So age 3 and age 12, that's when I really fell in love. And then when I got to college, I knew I wanted to pledge Delta. So I started making plans, and I knew I couldn't work while that was happening. So I started doing full sets out my dorm. So the next question is kind of similar, but it's more so geared towards pole dancing. Oh no, these not spicy enough. But how long have I been pole dancing, and how did I get into that? When I was living in Durham, I told my friend, I was like, let's go to the strip club. She's like, okay. We get there, she gets intoxicated, and she has like a breakdown. Like, I don't like this. We're objectifying these women. This is awful. I was like, yo, look at their faces. Like, look at, literally look at their faces. I was like, they're not having an awful time. They're enjoying themselves. Like, as long as we are paying and being respectful, they're having fun. So she's like, oh, okay, true. So we enjoyed our night. And then after that, she was like, you know, there's some real skill in that. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And she's like, we should take a class. And I'm like, okay. This was 2015, 2016. So I took my first pole class. I sucked. My homegirl was climbing. I was like, couldn't breathe, like out of breath. I sucked. But I enjoyed the feeling of accomplishing getting up the pole. I think that's all I accomplished the first time. I just enjoyed the feeling. I enjoyed being around other women that were laughing, smiling, enjoying themselves. You know, sometimes when women get together, it's real catty. So it's not like that with pole. That hasn't been my experience, I'll say, because I can't speak for nobody else. But it's just like the right type of women. Like, even when I was modeling, the girls I were meeting were the right type of women. It's always uplifting. It's always, hey girl, how are you? It's always so sweet. So he's the right type of woman. Took that first class in 2015 or 16. Always knew that it was something I wanted to do. But then I moved, and, you know, not a whole... Anyways, when I came back to Charlotte, I knew that I had to find a studio or a coach or a teacher, but I wasn't really pressed about it. And my friend Melissa, she's like, do you ever see that girl on Instagram? My pole coach. If you in the area, take a class. Take 8 classes. Take 10. Like, I love her. But Melissa's like, you ever see her? I'm like, yeah, I actually follow her. She's like, I'm thinking about signing up for a class. It was over after that. Me and Melissa both signed up for classes. She does individuals or one-on-ones, but she allowed us to take the class together. At that point, I fell in love. She makes sure that you're going to show some type of progress every single day. She makes sure that you're going to accomplish at least one of your goals every single day. And at that point, it was just for me, like, I have to keep at this. So I bought 8 classes, used them. I was like, I need to buy 8 more. And at that point, I was like, I need a pole in my apartment. Because at that point, I didn't want to lose the skills that I had built and the strength that I had developed. Corey's my best friend. Y'all know from previous videos, he spoils the crap out of me. Like, especially if it's something that he knows is good for me. So I'm like, I need a pole. I need a pole. I need a pole. Within like a month or 2, he's on his bidding website. He's like, I got it. We discussed what our budget would be, and he started bidding on it. Our budget was exceeded, and he texted me and was like, it's over. And I text back like, no, I will pay you. Like, get it. get it, get it. He kept bidding on it. We ended up getting it. He came over a week or two later and helped me put it up in my apartment. So another question that's kind of similar to like, how long have you been doing such and such, and how did you get into such and such, was how long have I been reading tarot cards and how did I get into it? I have a separate video on that. It's super old, but I'll put it in the description box anyway. But long story short, I was kind of called to it. There was a series of things that happened in my life personally after I lost my brother and my grandfather and stuff like that. This man handsome. So, I was kind of called to it pretty much. I did my research first. Melissa bought my first deck of cards. My first reading ever was on her. I had no clue what I was doing. After that reading on her, I started to read for myself, research the cards, take a few cards a day, and like actually look them up and sit with them and see what I felt like they meant to me. From there, did a couple more for a couple more people and waited until I felt like I knew what I was doing. I waited till I felt like I was comfortable. I waited till I felt like I could understand what I was going through and putting myself through and doing. So once I got to a place where I was like, nah, I'm there, that's when I started charging. I just started making flyers, posting it. People started coming. And that was all she wrote. Most of my clientele comes to me from word of mouth. Like I'll do a reading for somebody. They enjoy it so much they turn around and tell somebody else. I don't know how many clients I have or how many people I've read for, but I love doing it. I did one a day. Like I said that to y'all earlier. But yeah. So watch that video if you want like more detail. To make it a little bit deeper, somebody asked me, India asked me, what scares you? When she asked me that, I was sitting in her bed, like, that's a question, right? What scares me? I think that extreme poverty scares me. I've been hungry before. I've been without before. I've paid overdraft fees plenty of times. I've paid bills late. I've paid rent late before. But I think that all of those things have always been something that I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. I could always count on, like I got a check coming or something like that. But extreme poverty scares me. Falling into a position where I can't recover, where I have to sleep outdoors on the ground or something like that. Like the thought of that scares me. And the fact that the homeless is a class of people that exists, I don't think I'm too good. I don't think I'm exempt from anything. Honestly, we all a bad day or a paycheck away. And so it's like the fact that it exists for some people, and I know that that's not what they want, I know that it's a possibility for me. So I guess falling into that type of position is an extreme fear of mine. And then the second thing that I think I'm truly scared of is harm coming to my family. My family's not perfect. They, are a super flawed bunch of people. But they are the most loving, loyal, down-ass, understanding, beautiful souls. I love my family. My siblings, like, they're not perfect, but they're mine. They belong to me. They literally belong to me. You look at one of them wrong, and I'm on your head. My aunt, the way that she has had my back since I was a baby. My grandma, the way she literally gave her life to making the lives of other people better. My granddaddy, the way I grew up feeling protected, my cousin, like, my family is literally and the last question that I got was what gets me out of the bed is them. My family's my everything, so my fear is any harm coming to them, any discomfort coming to them, any misfortune coming to them, anything coming to them that I can't do something about. That's what I fear. But yeah, what gets me out of bed is my family. I'm hoping to obtain a job that can fulfill that as well, or add to that as well, because the job I have now, I'm serving full time. Not a horrible job, I don't hate it, but it doesn't fulfill me. I don't get out the bed knowing like I'm gonna make somebody's day better, especially with the way that y'all be acting as customers in an establishment. It doesn't excite me to clock in. And I haven't had a job where I feel like I'm making somebody's life better, day better, or anything like that up to this point, but that's what I'm striving for. So what gets me out of the bed, my family, and the chance that I could be doing something for somebody that made their day better. So we're gonna finish eating and people watching, and then we'll go to the library. Pit stop before the library because I just can't help myself. So it just so happened that this ended up being my last stop. I had another couple glasses of wine in addition to that beer, and I decided, like, let's just go ahead and call it a night here. It was getting late and I didn't want to rush myself at the library, and I also realized that with the question and answer portion, this video was just getting really long, so I ended up reading a few more pages of my book and calling it a night here. I took it on back home and just enjoyed the rest of my evening.